Welcome back to our special feature on the latest news about American politics. Let's start by saying that the first weeks of the Trump administration has been quite eventful, especially with his action in the trade sector, including the introduction of the tariffs, which has generated significant response from China, also creating tension and the possibility of retaliation. Today will be discussed this topic, exploring the main challenges Trump is facing in this day, the evolution of the negotiation with China, and the reaction of American people to this decision. And we'll do that by connecting with Joe Tabacco from the USA. Hello, John. It's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Julia, so nice to be with you guys. Thank you so much.
John, let's start by trying to understand what were the main challenges Trump faced in the first week of his presidency, both domestically and internationally. What's happened?
Well, I think the main signal that Trump sent to the world is America is back. He signed a bunch of executive orders, many of them relating to restoring American prosperity. Of course, to us here in America, the real important ones were closing the borders, stopping the flow of illegal drugs. And before we get to the tariffs, closing the borders is one of the things that deprives the Mexican cartels and the Chinese manufacturers of narcotics and drugs that are coming in here. So Trump's hitting them at the border and hitting them in the pocketbook. And then he's using the much bigger stick to say, hey, if you don't start doing stuff the way we want it, we're going to use tariffs. And Julia, a lot of people, maybe internationally, know Trump from his casinos or maybe from his television show, The Apprentice. But what he's doing with the tariffs right now is basically laid out in one of his books called The Art of the Deal. And he's using tariffs as part of a negotiating strategy to get people to come to the table. So I think, Trump saying 25% tariffs, 50% tariffs, 40% tariffs, that's a way to get people's attention, get them to the table, and then he's using that leverage to get some things out of them. And, my brothers and sisters over in Italia may not know this, but he said he was going to tariff our two closest neighbors, Canada and Mexico. They both pushed back like, oh, no, that's not going to happen. And then within 24 hours, they did exactly what Trump asked them, and he suspended the tariffs for a month. So I think he's using it as I think he's using the tariffs as a very interesting negotiating tool. And so far, it seems like foreign leaders are responding to that.
John, about this topic, in your opinion, how negotiation between Beijing and Washington can evolve in the next week?
Well, look, in Donald Trump's first term, he seemed to have a respectful and collegial relationship with Chairman Xi, and I think, again, Trump said, hey, you guys got to stop pouring fentanyl in here, and you got to stop, counterfeiting our goods and undercutting our prices. And China's pushed back. It said they're going to tariff U.S. oil. Not really a big thing because, U.S. imports of oil to China, maybe like, I don't know, not 1 or 2%. Not a major thing, but China's a very they want to maintain dignity, so they have to say something. I think Putin and Xi both had a great deal of professional respect for Trump, and I think when the CCP comes to the table with Trump, I think he's going to figure out a way to protect American interests, but also keep the peace with China. And many people around the world forget that everyone said when Donald Trump took over, he was going to start World War III and he was going to do this and do that. And he's the only president in modern history in the United States of America that had zero wars. So although Trump talks a big game, he uses that to get people to the table, and then I think he finds ways to build a relationship rather than burn a bridge.
Thank you, John. I would like to change topic and talk about the immigration, one of the key issue of the Trump administration. What are the new measures could be introduced Trump in the coming weeks?
Well, look, everyone, whether you're in the United States or in Italy, everyone knows who Elon Musk is. And Elon Musk, of course, the richest man in the world. Many say the smartest man in the world. He controls 85% of the electric vehicle market, 100% of the U.S. spaceflight market. Now he's trying to send rockets to space. So I think one of the major developments is Donald Trump ran on a policy of we're going to clean up America. We're going to get all the waste, fraud, and abuse out. And now he's brought in Elon Musk in this independent position in the Department of Government Efficiency. And you got Elon Musk, who started and ran many companies, sold them for billions. He's almost a trillionaire. He's going through and he's auditing all these companies and finding all these things. I think the challenges that Trump has is while he's trying to get his new agenda on track, we still have senators trying to hold up some of his confirmations and his cabinet picks, so he's distracted by that. We are still fighting some inflation, which is left over from the last administration. So inflation plus tariffs is not a good thing for the American economy, but Trump's trying to find a balance. And I think the big prospects for the future are, America is no longer a woke country. America is now a country with borders. And I think on the international stage, I think we are kind of respected again. And I don't know if that was necessarily true under the last president, Julia.
John, I would like to spend these last few minutes speak about the people, the American people. I mean, you are American, and I want to know what is the response of citizens to Trump policies during these first weeks of work.
Well, look, I personally think even the political rhetoric was so high, Julia, over the last couple of years. There was so much fighting, there was so much division that I think when Trump won, whether you liked him or not, a large sector of the American population was relieved that it was over. Okay? And recent polls are showing, Donald Trump was never polling really higher than 50% in the popular vote the whole time he was running. But some polls came out yesterday that the Democratic Party is now at a 37% approval rating and a 53% disapproval rating. So that tells me that there are folks who are diehard Trump fans and they wanted Trump in there and they're never going to leave him. That's the base. But there is another sector of the society that are kind of Democrat folks, but moderate. They want to change. They don't want boys and girls sports. They don't want schools and governments encouraging kids to change their sex. They don't want open borders. They don't want fentanyl pouring in. So I think all in, net. I think Trump has picked up popularity this time around, and I think the whole the whole attitude he's bringing to the position now is not one of revenge and spite and might, but restoring integrity and respect. And I think he's doing a heck of a good job the first couple weeks here.
Thank you, John, for being with us today. I hope to have you here as soon as possible, and good morning and good job.
I hope you have me back as soon as possible. I love coming on with you guys in the UCapital for the Wall Street special. It's the best part of my day.
Great. So, see you next week.
For sure. Julia, thank you so much. God bless.
Bye-bye. Thank you. We come back in a few minutes, so stay with us.